Oh wait, no. Oh, okay, yeah. This is a thing. And so is this. Yeah, the chat's still here. Let me pause some stuff. Wait, let me angle my monitor. Not so glamorous. Not so glamorous, not at all. But whatever. Here we go. Yeah, that's full. That's fine. Okay, so if I have it all set up in a neat manner. Cool. I like that. Anyway. Let me go to YouTube real quick. Pause that. Actually, yeah, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep listening to what I've been listening to until something else happens. Until someone says something. Hold up. Let me check my watch later so I can see what I can listen to later. We're going to go for 30 minutes.
Then we're going to go view the home.
Okay. Quality. Cool. Time to start. Let's try this crap. Start. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Now let's see. Hold on. Let me move this down. Okay, there we go. There you go. It's probably not a good idea since this is. Hmm. Also, I'll keep going. I'll figure it out later. Hmm. Okay, this is a kind of different method of adding the shading, so it won't take as much time as I would like to. Oh shoot! I need to record. Well, that's a whole 10 minutes. Actually, no, I don't need to record. Stop recording. I can just download this thing from the from YouTube. Download the VOD. Okay. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm trying to look at. There we go. Oh. Okay. Hello, hello. What's this? Flash flood. Good to know. Hmm. Okay. This is a pretty good idea, actually. I like that. It's consistent and quick. No, it's fine. I'll keep it the way it is for the time being. Okay, so let me check. Uh oh, here we go. Okay. I think this is the right one. Nope. No. Let me just. There we go. Okay. It does add something cool, you know. Ah, okay. I just have an idea for this. I'm trying to find there we go. That's the panel. Actually, let me. I wonder if the fill bucket tool will help me out here. If I just take over. Actually, whatever. I am the paint bucket tool. Or maybe I can just have like stars over here. Just reuse the thing. Let me go to. There we go. Hmm. Hold up. Start poll. Actually, no. There was a thing. Yikes. What? Oh. Oh my gosh, jeez. Wait, uh, goodness. Oh, thank you for subscribing. You guys didn't hear that, but I guess low key subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you, Doug Capillary. I cannot pronounce that. I cannot pronounce that, but thank you. Wait, maybe if I can. Wow, there's two people viewing on the horizontal stream, and I've been ignoring them. Ah, I'm so sorry. Let me do the poll over there as well. Maybe I can go for another 10 minutes or so. Okay, sort of poll. What's in the nine? Just lurking. There we go. Anybody who's wondering what I'm just listening to what's on my watch later on YouTube. And I usually listen to things on a 2 times speed. So I know that's not everybody's cup of tea. Hey, Spirit, what's going on? Welcome to the chat. Wait, should I turn on the freaking? Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Welcome to the chat. Let's see. I guess I can turn on some music too. Make the atmosphere a little bit more cozy in the background. Onwards to the video game stuff. Hold up. I should really have a playlist on like Go. So how are you doing? I was going through the shorts and found this and immediately clicked watch laugh. Thank you. I appreciate it. Right now I'm experimenting with a faster way to add shading to the each page. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. Um, so far the technique is have instead of going panel by panel, I have everything on a single layer, and then when I want to add the gradients, the gradient feel, I would isolate the layer or just select the layer and just do a broad erasure of everything. The backgrounds look nice. Thank you. That's kind of what the main thing I want with a Chimera Island uh, visually is to have have pretty nice looking backgrounds out of the four series that I work on. Because I don't think any other series focus on the environment that much. So Chimera Island is the series that I want to focus on. Usually the characters are not as detailed. I don't want the characters to be like more detailed than the environment. That's kind of a thing that I'm going for. Oh, sorry. Oh, let's see. I can understand that detailing art is very hard. Yeah, you gotta know what your strengths are, so it'll be less difficult. I think as soon as people realize what their strengths are, then they can have a lot more fun doing. They can like focus on what they excel at, and they can have more fun doing what they do. There we go. Yeah, this looks pretty fine. I think the one I'm gonna add last is the the designs of the clothing for the main characters. Mostly because I wanted them to have like different outfits for each chapter to show that a different day has passed. But I don't know. I'm like, do I have energy to do that? To keep up with that? So for the majority of the time, it's very much that's a bridge I'll cross when I get to it. That's tomorrow. That's tomorrow's me problem. That's a problem for me of the tomorrow. Also, adding the shading uh, gives it a little bit more. Oh wait, are you okay? Your cough sounds like you're not feeling well. I don't think have I coughed yet. I don't think I've coughed. Yeah, I'm feeling all right. Other than that, I'm feeling all right. I don't think I've coughed yet. I think I nudged the mic. I made it sound like a cough, but I'm feeling all right. Thank you. Thank you, though. I mean, uh, yeah, it does sound like that to me. Okay. But so far, I'm enjoying this approach. Just, just working on this. Oh, I'm laughing. That's what it sounds like. I'm sorry. I guess my cough sounds like laughs. My laugh sounds like coughs. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's my mic. Maybe I should be a little bit more chill. Lower the energy, you know. But yeah, so far I'm dealing with everything like it's an assembly line. Like, first I work on the the thumbnails, then this character sketches, and then the what do they call it? The panels. Oh yeah, there's the speech bubbles. And then literally anything after that, I'm like, all right, I'll work on it when I feel like it. I don't know what. I don't know the name of the bird, but why do they look like they're wearing a diaper? To me, help. Okay, first the the bird's name is Ruth. Maybe it's because I didn't give it enough detail of the design, and it makes it look kind of weird. Wait a second. I gotta imagine where the light's coming from. It might be. It's coming from down here, right? So I guess the shadow would be around here or something like that. But yeah, I'm just imagining clothes that these characters would wear. Oh yeah, and another thing that I like to do is trying to have the shadow like this and apply the light source or whatever and have the gradient go the opposite way. It gives it a little bit more volume, I noticed. Using the lasso tool as a talent. I can't even use the lasso tool so well. Oh, that's because I have a Cintiq. I have a drawing tablet, so I draw directly on on the screen, and that helps a lot with accuracy and speed. But I haven't drawn with a ground tablet in years. I don't think I'll ever go back to that though. Yeah. Also noticed, by the way, too. Oh, what have you noticed? Oh wait, LOL. I just know. I'm sorry, I said LOL out loud. I had the music going on for a while, and I realized it was not even on. Whoops. Now this can be a little bit more cozy. Just a little bit. And the reason I use video game music is apparently video game music isn't that copyrighted or copywritten. So YouTube won't bully me for playing it unless it's Undertale or something. I think Undertale music gets YouTube uncomfortable. All right. There we go. Let me do something quick because this is a silly little doodle. And I want to implement the shadows like this in this series more because I think this is the first chapter where I'm drawing the characters like this. Well, implementing like shadows. The shading is better than me trying to shade a shirt. I don't think about I don't think about it that much. Usually. Like you only get better when you want to. Type of way. Type beat. Also copying people is essential. I think I copied enough people. I think I copied a lot of people to the point where I'm like, I'll just eyeball it. It looks nice to me. Yeah, and that's the that's the end goal. Honestly, I literally cannot listen to a lot of people in the art space because sometimes I forgot what they called it. Sometimes the advice feels more like a pecking order of who you should or shouldn't listen to, but in reality, if the audience thinks it looks nice and if you enjoy what you did, then congratulations, you're done. You know? At the end of the day, did you get your point across? Wait. At the end of the day, did you get your point across? And if you have, then congrats. You did it. You win. Yip. Yippee! Where did that soundbite come from? That meme. Illusory memes on the internet. From the internet. Okay. I unleashed my silly side. Silly Millie side. Nice. Hey. We all get silly sometimes. Now let me think. But yeah, drawing on a screen tablet has helped me speed up my workflow a lot. A lot of people have said that I'm a quick drawer. I think that's what I'm gonna. I think that's a good method, honestly. When there's two elements close to each other, well, two objects close to each other, it's nice to have a rim lighting to separate it, so everything won't look flat, you know, kind of like that. Hey, LeMay, what's going on? Welcome back to the chat. I'm glad that you hollered back. I'm off today because of the storm, so I can watch this. Yeah, I decided to stream today, well, early today, because of the storm. I had a Asif the Gambler hit me up on Instagram saying that he was unable to join the streams because I do them at the in the middle of the night. Well, I do them in the evening, right? And I was thinking maybe I would get more people jumping on if I did them in the day or in the afternoon or did them earlier. Oh yeah, and I also had a plan to go to a marketing or a meetup, but because of the storm, I was like, I'm gonna lay this off. Even schools decided to close So I didn't feel like driving 20 minutes or 30 minutes to. I didn't feel like driving 20, 30 minutes to go to an hour and a half marketing meetup. I probably should, but hey, you can't beat it. You can't beat yourself up too many times. You know what I mean? Besides, it was at like it started at 8. And I'm like 8 o'clock, dog, bro. I like sleeping. You know, my school doesn't even isn't even close if it's cold as hell or even stormy. Oh yeah, that happens. It's kind of funny how this is a rare stream where everybody talking is from America, as it seems. Before, most of the people were. I was getting a lot of international views. I'm in the UK. Ah, never mind. Ugh. I'm in the UK and it's always cold slash rainy stuff like that, and even icy streets. And I had to go to school even in icy, misty weather. Weather's crazy in the UK. Eagle. Man, disregard. Never mind. This chat is for Americans only. You're banned. Nah, I'm just kidding. For the fine peeps of the USA. I don't I don't know how we even get hurricanes this much rain and wind at the same time. It's possible. Huh. All I know about the UK is that it's constantly raining and cloudy weather. And I guess that's usually uh, it checks out for the audience that like speaks in the chat. If you're not from America, you're from the UK, which makes sense. Also, rare stream that I don't have the camera recording my hands. Hmm. To be honest, trust me, it also gets sunny. Currently is sunny. Okay. For me, currently is going through a storm. Be right back, okay? Alright. UK might be too cold. Hurricanes and tornadoes. Or a rotation of cold and hot air. Oh, yeah, okay, true. Oh, that's why it's hurricane season. Oh, I haven't really put two and two together. And that's why hurricane seasons appear. The changing of the seasons. It's basically clashing. The nature's basically clashing against each other for the change of temperatures. I might be wrong, but that's how it makes sense to me. Kind of like a nuclear winter. The idea of a nuclear winter. Let's see. Yeah, this absolutely gives the characters a lot more depth. Just adding shading. And it doesn't even need to be crazy, you know? Just one layer. One layer is enough. But other than that, other than the hurricanes, how you doing, LeMay? What's new? Personally, I'm almost at 900 subscribers. So I'll be getting that 1K 1K subs this year, as it seems. As it 1K subs this year is imminent, so that's cool. I'm excited for that. Congrats! Thank you, thank you. Like a while ago, I did a poll of which is gonna which is going to occur faster, 1K subs or 1K uploads. I guess what people didn't account for is to me going crazy and uploading like 8 times a day, like more than 8 times a day actually, not including because I wasn't even including regular video posts. Hey, Abby, what's going on? What the heck did happen? What happened to everything else? No, no, something went wrong. There we go. That's the yeah. That's the thing of working on a single layer. One press of the delete button and everything's gone. Ugh. I'm still procrastinating. I'm reading some books for inspiration, like Murder of the Orient Express. What are you trying to get inspiration for? How you doing, Albie? Tell me some good news. Mm-mm-mm. My YA murder mystery is a wizard college novel. Okay. Nice. You always gotta learn from the greats, I suppose. It's like what that one artist said, great artists steal. Says. The good news is I finally got rum rumbum rum. I don't know what that is. What is that? Okay, I honestly gotta keep checking if I didn't accidentally press the delete button. Oh wait, cool. What the heck is going on here? Okay, that was weird. Hey, oh, rum, that's in your face. Got him. All right, I'll take that. You got me. Banned. Enjoy it while it lasts forever. Uh, you should probably ban me. I need the interactions. uh, the issue is the MC is undercover as a student, so he can't outright ask people questions without looking weird. I don't think questions are a bad thing because if somebody's not asking, because people are genuinely curious people. Like listen to a movie or whatever, or a regular people's dialogue, and take notice of how many questions people ask. So the MC can probably not ask about questions of the main objective outright, but can just ask about other characters.
And because if the whatchamacallit, and because if the objective is that important, it'll typically be brought up in conversation. So the way the MC, well, the way that I would probably do is have the MC just ask questions about a character's state of mind, and the character's state of mind will probably expose why the operation or why the event is important to them. So you kill two birds with one stone that way. But anyway, like I said, Avi, when I get enough followers, I will stop tolerating this foolhardiness. So your days are numbered. Your days are numbered, Avi. Mike Guy, welcome back, Mike Guy. I like the way you draw anthropomorphic animals. Thank you. Like, I kind of with Chimera Island, the way I draw anthropomorphic animals, it really varies because all these characters are on a spectrum of anthropomorphism, whatever you call it. Because you have like animals that just look like gigantic animals, and then you have animals that like chimeras, I would call them, that just look human with animal characteristics. It's very much a spectrum, and that keeps me on my toes, and it's fun to draw that way. I promise I'm not a furry, but yeah, I get you. Like there is a, I noticed that there is. Oh yeah, Spurt. Welcome back, Spurt. I noticed that there is a an interesting, how would I say this, motif when it comes to furry designs. That when you look at it, there's something that goes off instinctually that makes you go, "This is this is furry bait," right? you know. Wait, it's cool that you don't just do the thing where they look like humans with animal parts. Oh damn, you said well, sci-fi. Yeah, because I know, I know. That's the one thing. I remember one of an early YouTube video that I did was saying that how much I hate furry designs. That's just animals with humans with animal parts, and I remember that was probably had to be my most downvoted video I've ever made, and I just ended up deleting it because I hated the fact that I would just like wake up, go on YouTube, and just have some dummy only read the title and call me stupid without even hearing out my points. So I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this on YouTube. This is stupid. you know? I'm actually gonna look. Have fun. Alright, thank you, Abby. Yeah, you not evergreen. Oops, ignore that type. Okay. What do you mean evergreen? I guess I'll ignore that typo. True. Some of some of the suspects and professors would, and wait, true. Some of the suspects are professors, and it would be awkward for him to ask about the dead student. Most people think it was an accident, and they moved on. The case is old. Okay. Wow, the furries got mad. Oh yeah, let me say also that wow, the furries got mad. Yeah, it is what it is. For some, Spurt says the reason for some reason YouTube got crashed. It do be like that. It do be like that. But yeah, I literally cannot do the. I don't know. I guess I can't do the type of YouTube content where I just speak my mind or speak unpopular opinions about things because I experienced that and it's just not worth it. I saw what happened to Coffee Comics, and I think he burnt out. He's burnt out on the YouTube things because he wanted to be the YouTube hero villain guy. And that's the fate of anybody who just wants to have their opinions heard and the output is not the same as the input. I know he's still making videos, but it's like behind his paywall at Patreon or whatever. So he secluded himself in an echo chamber. So that's cool though. I just can't do that. I literally just can't do that. Some anthro designs do fall underneath the uncanny valley. I used to draw kimono / furry art. Lemay said that. Spurt says, anyways, I'll stalk the live. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. And Lemay says, anime stop is still going strong though. It's annoying. It's hella annoying. I can't do that though. I can't just give my opinions on stuff. Because at the end of the day, I don't like spending more time. I don't like spending time talking about things that I don't like way more than I should. Because usually I'm like, I'll talk about something for like a little bit. But when I try to script it, I'm like, it's not that serious. And I just throw away the script. And when I try to record myself, I'm like, it's not that serious. And I throw away the recording. You know? So it is what it is. Mike Guy says, I think the reason is because furry art has them with that cartoony Disney style and look half of the time. Wait, cartoony Disney style, and half of the time they do the thing where they're just humans with animal form. Yeah, it's either like the Disney or the early Warner Brother type design, and you could probably have what was it called, a Venn diagram of what kind of personality each style is, kind of like how you can tell a person based on their anime profile picture. I just actually watched somebody respond to Coffee Comics. His problem is that he's too inflammatory. You can't keep going after people and expecting them to not fight back. Yeah. Also, is that Dark Cloud music? Let me check. Yes, you're right. It is Dark Cloud. Dark Cloud Memories. All right, Spurt. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. Oh yeah, and I think I saw that video too. Was it like a 40-minute video where he's like talking about responding to Coffee's Coffee's review of his comic? Because I think I saw that. I watched everything on like 2x speed. So I won't be too invested, you know? Maybe I'll stay up. Spurt says, maybe I'll stay up late since you also live stream at 1 a.m. at 3 p.m. No, get your sleep. Sleep is good. Court, get your sleep. I endorse sleep all the time. Anyway, my guy says, that's fair, by the way. Sharing your opinions online will almost always never work because most people online don't care and they just want their opinions validated. Spurt says no. Oh, I tried. My guy says, happens so often in politics. Even when you're 100% right, the other side will still hate you. It is, yeah, that's why I'm trying to keep my distance from Twitter or just sharing my opinions on a lot of things. Mostly because I'm not afraid of like getting hate thrown my way. I just know it's most of the time it's just unnecessary. It's very unnecessary. Spurt says, I never sleep. Anyways, bye for real. Alright, Spurt. You take care. Like, I think I'm beyond, like, hate mobs and whatnot. Well, one of these days, it's going to be very interesting to see how I handle, like, a hate mob or something like that. I think if that happens, I'll probably go on a streaming hiatus, or maybe stream a little bit more and have people respond to people chat, be subscribers. So if people want to bully me, they'll have to be subscribers first, and then I could ban them. And then unban everybody after everything blows over. But that's Fantasyland. Big what if. Big what ifs. But yeah, sharing your opinion online is just not worth it. It's barely worth it. But I can't wait for somebody to make a review of my comics and say how lame it is. If that happens, I'd be open to having a podcast with that person, or just having an open conversation, because that'd be interesting. Because sometimes I can be the greatest hater of my own works. Or like with somebody, or if the person really doesn't have anything good, like anything meaningful to say, I feel like it will usually show. Because everybody can critique, but not everybody can really explain themselves all too well. But I guess I'm just not at that point yet. So I just gotta keep moving forward, as Meet the Robinsons say. I only view bad webcomics. It has to be decent quality with wasted potential. That's pretty much the weird thing. When I was earlier in the year, when I was seeing how I would get people to review my comics, and I noticed that people don't review anything that's good. They review what's terrible, and people usually review what's terrible because that's what people want to look at. I actually like that mentality. Just have fun with it. The good thing about the good thing about a hate mob is that it means you have made it. You got a big enough audience to get loyal fans and haters. I suppose. Like right now, subscribers don't really mean that much on YouTube. I just need to get my 10K to at least have one of the, what do they call it? Requirements to be monetized. Right? And yeah, to have half the requirements to be monetized. And even after that, I still need people to look at the videos, you know? You gotta be, honestly, God, I'd love that. That would be fun. But I still need YouTube or find a way to get people, or to signal to YouTube who my videos are for, who my videos are for, right? Because that's what it really comes down to. I have like 1,000 uploads on YouTube right now, right? And looking at a bunch of videos, they say that usually when you have 1,000 uploads, that channels that have 1,000 uploads are usually at the 10,000 or 100,000 ratio or type of bracket of subscribers, right? And I'm like, dang, where's my 10 or 50 or 10 or 100,000 subs? You know? Anyway, I have a comic too, even if it's a negative review. Oh, I have a comic too, even if it's a negative review. Wait, it's a negative review. It will at least get attention, which is what most people want. Yeah, basically. Let's see. Let's see. I have recommended some good comics, but it's not a full review. And that's the other thing, right? Oh, that's what Lama say. Let me say. That's the other thing, right? When you recommend good comics, when you have good positive reviews, it doesn't get as much attention from the audience as negative reviews. So I'm not here ragging on anybody for not liking good stuff or paying attention to bad stuff, because it's human nature at that point. It's human nature. Like, just like what Michael Jackson said. Why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why do they do me that way? You know? But it is what it is. And once I realized that it's nothing that I can do, but it's more of what people are naturally drawn to. And people are just naturally drawn to negativity. I can't be mad. I mean, I can be mad, but what's the point of fighting an ocean? You know? I gotta find a way to make it work for me. Now let's see. There we go. Here we go. This is what I want to do. Soft brush. Whoa, I forgot to turn off the monochrome. There we go. The light comes from there. Let's see. But my main hope right now. But I said that a million times. Y'all know what I'm out here trying to do. So I don't know if anybody's noticed, but earlier in the week, I went ham creating new playlists. Like, I think I have 50 playlists on my channel now. And a lot of them are just uber specific. And what I want to do, because I was looking up different YouTube tutorials and whatnot, and people say playlists are pretty good at showing people what they're pretty good. YouTube treats playlists like, how would I put this? Yeah, they treat playlists like regular videos. So like when you link a video, it's more, when you like send a link, it makes more sense to send a playlist instead of a single video. So people will get hooked a little bit more, and the algorithm will see like who's more likely to view it and whatnot. So I've just been making playlists like crazy, putting tags on them and whatnot. And then after that, I would oh yeah, I need to optimize them though. Have a good title and good enough description, and hopefully it'll get people interested just by wanting to look at manga or comics on YouTube. It's a strategy. It's a strat. Because right now I'm more interested in getting views on my videos than on shorts. because I'm full aware of the how fickle a shorts audience can be. So if I get people to watch the longer form videos, then that's a more dedicated audience. But one thing I'm super excited for on YouTube is the multi dubbing, or just yeah, the multi dubbing. So I don't have to make several videos for people with different languages. Have you ever read Poppy Opossum? LeMay says, have you ever read Poppy Opossum? No, I have not. Let me check that out. Oh, it's a comic. What is Poppy the Opossum? Poppy Opossum. Possum or question, is it possum or opossum? Man, shout out to people who fully color their comics. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be asked. Oh man. Couldn't be asked to color. I was looking through it. like I don't know color theory. I'm not gonna even try to learn color theory. You know what's the funny thing about hello? I cannot read Japanese. I learned katakana. I try to learn katakana, but this is pure astoundingly beautiful. Thank you so much. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but thank you. Welcome to the chat. Lemay says, sad. Oh, wait. It's good in the beginning, but the author lost interest, and it went from color comic to black and white to light novel, and then was abandoned. Sad because I really wanted to know the ending. Oh, yeah. I. Hearing that's honestly respect, honestly. I honestly give that respect. Why did the creator abandon it? Oh, it's pound cake, just in Japanese. Oh, nice. Thank you, pound cake. Welcome to the chat. But what LeMay was saying, I really respect the grind, the hustle of trying to get that story finished. But why the writer lost interest, creator lost interest is very interesting to me. Did the creator ever explain why? You're welcome. Thank you. Had to move. Lost interest. Had to move on to a different project. Ah, I understand. That's what I kind of. That's the kind of the reason why I work on different projects at the same time. Usually, a lot of people say don't work on like Mason. You're gonna burn yourself out working on four comics, five comics, whatever, at the same time. And I'm like, I work on several comics, so I won't burn myself out. I worked on I was working on Purgatory Academy for like 3 years and not get anything because I was just focusing on the one thing and not focusing on how I can get people to read it, how I can expand my artistic abilities in different ways. And that was just burning me out. Just the fact that it wasn't even doing that. Oh yeah, ignore that typo. What I meant to say is that I just pay a colorist. Yeah, I would pay a color. That's what I'd probably do. Honestly, like after a book or a volume is done, and if it gets like a lot of people interested, I would go out and just hire a colorist and probably do a. I would probably do a Kickstarter, hire mostly just for the clout. Like I would fully pay the person, but I'll just do the Kickstarter just for clout and probably you go to not Global Comics, but a what was that? Gecko Comics, because I think they have really good print quality, and just do something like that, just for a colored run. I learned color from a YouTuber Marco Bucci. Marco Bucci. It was literally just difficult learning how to draw. Okay. Hey, Cross, I would hire a cult. Is a crazy statement to walk in on. No, I said colorist. Also, welcome AA Crosser. How you doing? It's been a long time no see. AA Crosser. Why say AA Crosser? But long time no see. Let me look up Marco Bucci though. Ah man. Because I would love to learn how to color. I would test out colors by coloring individual panels and then putting up on my TeePublic. So if people like the design, they can buy it buy it as a sticker or a shirt or what have you. That was my original plan, but the problem with that is I don't have a lot of people hammering to buy designs on in the merch store. I know I just need to keep on pushing, but there's so much time in the day to do that, you know? And I don't have the money to hire somebody to color panels. And when I don't even know if it's going to sell online. And that's just the thing. Doesn't make sense to hire people when you don't know if it's going to scale. What kind of style would you want it colored in? I'm not picky. I'm literally not picky. If I would go to a colorist and say, do what you do best, and that's all I can ask for somebody. Because as soon as I work the way that I have it in mind, I am not super strict on how things look, right? If I get somebody on board, I want it done. That's the most important thing. Because I've had experiences where I pay somebody to do something and they don't even finish it, right? So, at the very least, I want somebody to get it done. That's all I ask. And if it sucks, then I won't go to that person no more, right? If it rocks, then yeah, I'll just keep doing. I'll just keep doing business. You know? But it is at the end of the day a what was it? A collaborative effort. As soon as you bring somebody else, it just turns into a collaborative effort, and I have to take that on the chin. Take that in strive or whatever people say. That's all I ask for somebody um, that I'm working with. Not that they do their best, but to get their job done. Just do your job. Because it's so funny. Because nowadays, nobody wants to do anything. So I'm like, you be ahead of the game if you just want to do your job. For me, you know what I mean? Yeah, let's see. I feel like that would cause like less problems. Let me delete some of this. There we go. Also like doing the whatchamacallit, whatever this thing is called. Screen tones. Yeah, that's what it's called. Mostly because of the texture. I like the texture that it brings. I think from over here. Where is this? Okay, over here. It's down here. If I move it right here like that. But yeah, I think after like what my main issue is, I just need to find out what works. You know, what people, who my audience is, and what kind of, and in what way is my audience willing to financially support the work that I do. Yeah, I just do it for the love of the craft. I get that. I love the craft too, but I literally at the same time, I literally cannot imagine doing anything else. So if I'm like this this isn't like a pet, like I wouldn't say like this isn't, passion is not like a strong enough word. This feels like a purpose to me. So I'm like, you know what? I can probably get paid off of telling the stories that I want to tell. And I can like sit down through hours and hours of tutorials and learn how to market just to make this dream come true. It's possible for me. And when every time somebody says this doing comics is supposed to be fun, I'm like, all right, don't talk to me. We're not. Sometimes people, when they tell me like I'm taking this too seriously or whatever, or it's supposed to be X, Y, and Z, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. We're not talking about the same thing anymore. You know, it's like that one quote, that one Sam Hyde quote. I stopped having fun when I was 4. I'm not like ragging on anybody who takes this, who just wants to do comics for fun. Like it is art. It is like a thing people do therapeutically, and people go into things for different reasons. But this is something I am pretty serious about: the art of storytelling, and communicating in various ways, communicating messages to other people, telling stories in various ways. It's deeply human, and it's a craft that I love a lot. Okay, let me see. So, so yeah. I think it's funny how I would I love to see other people get money in the making comics or whatever they call it, manga, whatever they call it. But usually when I give out advice, people just snap at me saying, "Man, this is supposed to be just for fun, or it's supposed to be X, Y, and Z." Well, I haven't seen these guys before. What are you talking about? I think Pound Cake is new. And I don't know if Pound Cake is still here. And AA Crosser's been here for years. I feel like this needs a different texture. Or a different frequency. Let's make the frequency like this. But also, welcome to the chat, Bree Bree. Let me half the frequency. Yeah, okay. I can do something like that. That looks good. Enough, I think. Okay, I think the shadows of this page are done. Like every step, this is what I like. Every step looks like it makes it look closer, more and more closer to a finished look. And the previous chapters haven't looked like this yet, so making one small step in all that. And also, this is very easy to stream too. I get that and respect it. You have that grind mentality. I'm trying to learn to do that better too. What I've learned, oh yeah, that's what Mike I said. What I've learned honestly is just priorities. Because it like sometimes I feel stuck because I'm stubborn. And what I need to, and every time I feel stubborn or when I'm stuck, I just have to take a step back and ask myself, what do I need? Like, why do I feel this way? And find out how I can fix that issue. Because usually when I'm, like the last time I was stuck, it's usually because that I feel like people aren't even looking at my work. So I ask, how do I get more people to look at my work? Because posting more obviously isn't doing it, right? Well, actually, no. Posting more is doing it. The answer wasn't really keep making more content, but find ways to promote the content that you created already, right? So, and if you can trying to find different ways to re-promote the thing that you've made, then you're sitting on a treasure trove of content that people can find. And I'm speaking completely like a marketer, like the left side of my brain. So every time I start speaking about art through the left side as a marketer, through this perspective of a marketer or the left side of the brain, people start to question my motives of why I do things at all. And I'm like, no, if you want these results, this it makes sense to do X, Y, and Z instead of just throw your passions into the sea of content, the sea of garbage made by humans and robots, and just pray that you'll hit the algorithm at the right place at the right time. No, you gotta move differently. You gotta have different intentions about how you do things. But anyway, but that's my rant. And you're not lying about those people that say comics is fun. Yeah, it's a lot of work and a lot of time for these people are hobbyists and they don't take the craft seriously. Oh yeah, and like every time I take the craft seriously, it's so annoying. it's it's so annoying. How people just try to put you down when you're trying to lift other people up. Like, I want to lift other people up. I would love to see an era of YouTube where it's being overtaken by just people who puts their webcomics up on there, right? That's what I want to see. Like, I want to see a webcomic era of YouTube. Like how there was an era for animators, an era for like yes, era for storytime animators, an era for X, Y, and Z commentary content. I want an era for like webcomic webcomic content. Like it can be there, but the majority of people they don't see how they can do that. Well, they when they see YouTube, they think, "Oh, I got to make they got to make content that's like Mr. Beast or sensational or tutorial content." And I'm like, no, you're sitting on YouTube is just storytelling. You're sitting on stories. Like, if you make comics, you make stories. So convert that story into a video format and learn how to not even learn how like the algorithm works per se, but learn how to relay that story within that YouTube format in a way that YouTube knows who your content is for, right? And get yourself a new audience, right? On YouTube. That's a potential that I see. However, last time I did that, people called me lame. People said it wasn't working. And I don't know, man. Like, sometimes it doesn't pay to give people the sauce. But I still, at the end of the day, I still want to see everybody win. I want people who want to make a living off of comics to make a living off of the stories that they tell most, and that will impact people. But if they just let me, but hey. People are shallow at the end of the day, and they only care about what you have to say if you have numbers behind you. And I'm not hating on that at all. Like, I'm like that too, so it is what it is. It's human nature. Actually, let me just do one shape for the wing. Make it a simple drawing, Well, that's my thing. I don't know if there's any like webcomic. The one thing I do like about YouTube, because I don't know if there's any webcomic hosting site that will pay you to post there, and has a pay and has like the amount of influence that YouTube has. Like, has the fraction of the influence that YouTube has. Like it would be rad. It'd be super rad to see like a webcomic creator would just post their comic on YouTube and it blows up and they get like I don't know, like a TV deal or toy manufacturing or whatever. Like a whole lineup because gather an audience through YouTube. Isn't that isn't that just Webtoon? That's the market of that's the what Webtoons want you to believe that it is. That's all their marketing, but the way that companies market it isn't the same as how it works. Webtoon wants people to believe that's what their website is for, but it absolutely isn't. Webtoons doesn't even have the ounce of in-depth analytics that YouTube has. It doesn't have nearly the same reach that YouTube has. It doesn't even have nearly the same amount of how would I say this? The support of getting people off of their website to go to your website or whatever. And the monetization on Webtoons isn't even a fraction of how people can scale as YouTube. Like YouTube is like the second most visited, like second or third most visited website on the planet, bro. Like spanning several languages, several countries, and the reach is immaculate. Way more than what Webtoons wish it could be. So when somebody says, "Oh, I want to go big on Webtoons," like, no, don't. Yo, why? Like, go big on YouTube because you will have a greater, a more of an. You'll be able to own your audience a little bit more on YouTube than you can on Webtoons. Like, I don't own my audience on YouTube, but people have a greater oh yeah, also connectivity. You'll gain a better connectivity with your audience on YouTube than you can ever do on Webtoons, period, because you can't even live stream on Webtoons. You can't even like you know what I mean. But that's my rant. That's my rant. Sadly, because I really wanted to know. Okay, right. There is no alternative to YouTube. Yeah, it is. It is what it is. It really is what it is. Like, I don't hate YouTube. I think people who like right I guess I'll say it like this, right? YouTube is a commodity now. YouTube is now like a necessity. I not yes, YouTube is a necessity right now for a lot of businesses. So you can get like I can get sad that if it's over with for YouTube, that can be over. Period. Unless I do something like make a newsletter, also sign up to the newsletter. So if I ever blow up and get shadow banned on YouTube, then you guys will know straight to you from your emails. But that's my emails, my newsletter is more like a doomsday situation. It's basically like my doomsday bunker just in case, you know. So I try to get people to sign on to my newsletter if they can, if people want to. But other than that, yeah, it is what it is. YouTube is good, but you also got to realize that YouTube is not your website. YouTube is is somebody else's land. You're trying to gain influence on somebody else's land. You can turn their audience to your audience, but at the end of the day, you gotta not rock the boat. You can't rock the boat. And a lot of controversial creators, they want to brand themselves as the guy to rock the boat, and there is benefits and drawbacks to that. I'm not saying I'm not saying that's a bad idea all the time, because one of the main things that makes the company that has like a cult like fan base is their divisiveness, right? So if you want to be divisive, that's a legitimate strategy, but you're gonna have to face the consequence of being a divisive figure if you want to rock the boat. Also,
Yeah, you're speaking. Yeah, you're speaking straight up facts, man. Merryweather Comics is one of my inspiration. He is proof that you can make an audience from it. Man, let me check Merryweather Comics. Okay, hey, if people don't want the sauce, at least that's more for you. Yeah, they're gonna say my sauce has no nutrients until until like I make it, and they're gonna ask me, "How'd you do this? How do you do this?" And I'm like, "I've been telling you. I've been telling everybody. I've been telling everybody this, but nobody wants to pay attention. Everybody wants to call me a hunchback." True. That's really useful info. Thank you, Nate Krauser. Everybody wants to call me a greedy capitalist, but I'm like, no. I just want to make a living off the fruits of my labor. Oh shoot! It is what it is. Holy crap, Merryweather Media. What kind of stuff do they? What is this? Oh, they make webcomic stuff. How long have they? Wow, this is. Huh. Yeah. Literally, yeah, Merryweather Media, yeah. Literally this. I just got to figure out how I can do that. How I can get like that. Yeah, I was just looking at the Merryweather Media. Like I'm trying to figure out how I can get an audience like how I can grow on YouTube like that. Yeah, and if you do it right, you'll also make more money. I hear Webtoons pays off. Yeah, it is. It's absolutely awful. And you'll be able to keep your copyright and post whenever you want. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, cheesecake. Sadly, cheesecake. I remember somebody tried to destroy him. Hey, wait, what's cheesecake? And I think every And I think I know what you're talking about. We were talking about that guy who tried to destroy him earlier in the stream. I thought the video was entertaining, but it was still corny at the end of the day. It's like because I'm like, like nothing's cornier to me than seeing two guys argue about how their comics are lame, or how their opponent's art is lame, and I'm like, come on, guys, you aren't making your art for each other. So what are you talking about? Like, it's stupid. Well, I know Coffee like talked about his stuff because he was paid to do it. I guess there's that. So he had an obligation to review. But the other guy, he was like, he just wanted to. He just wanted to use it as free marketing. I mean, good for him. That's how it works. That's how the marketing game works. That's what you got to do. If you got to do that, then hey, I ain't the guy. I ain't judging that much. I will always judge, but it doesn't matter.
Judging is my forte. Okay, let's see. Hey, Sammy Manny. Welcome to the chat. I love that icon. Welcome to the chat, Sammy Mammy. Manny. Hope you're doing all right. Okay, let me see if I can move these speech bubbles up a little bit. Because the backgrounds are eating it up. And I don't want that. There we go. Oh, it's just, it is a rain frog. LOL old. I love I like frogs. They're adorable. Oh my gosh. It's funny how Musi Funamusi got big. Molgecko Castle, Watamahara, Grey Garden, and now all she does is commissions and publish manga. That's a name that is new to me. Like everybody's dropping names, and I'm like, who dat? Who's this? Who dat? Oh wow! I was looking at it right now. Channel. Man, my dream one day is to freaking have streams where, yeah, at least like this amount of people, whatever, 1,000 views. That seems cool. There's something about like Japanese live streams that's so busy. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should have like a bunch of crazy effects going on at the same time for people with ADHD. Anyway, I just got recommended this by YouTube. Well, welcome. The YouTube channel is working, or channel, but recommended stuff is working. Nice. Welcome to the live stream. I'm working on my comic, Chimera Island. It's about a hidden island striving to find balance. I upload everything on YouTube. You can watch everything on YouTube, and I also post the pictures on my community tabs. So yeah, that's what I got going on over here. But yeah, what is with that Japanese style of live streaming that's super busy? Maybe it's for retention. What in the world? Lemon just subscribed. Thank you for subscribing, Lemon. I know people in the horizontal chat did not see that. People in the vertical chat only saw that. The only reason I only have it for the vertical chat is because oh shoot, what the heck?
Lemon just subscribed on YouTube.
Nice. Anyway, thank you for subscribing, Lemon. The reason why I don't have the the notifications showing on the horizontal live stream is because I use the horizontal live stream for VODs. I download them and I use this material for speed paints. So, and to get more people interested in the works. So yeah. But it all circles back to each other. But my live streams are pretty chill. Like, ask me anything, literally anything at all. And I will be happy to oblige to give an answer. Because chatting gives me energy. Like, chatting with other people gives me energy to continue working on this. Oh, dude, that's something I didn't like about that one guy's video when he was thrashing on Coffee's art, when his art had similar problems. The one thing that I found so cringe is when people like to bash other artists for using references or just straight up tracing models, right? Like, it's not a bad thing to trace 3D models. If the end result is to make your picture better, then just accept it. It's fine. I think it's cringe how people in the art community will just find literally anything to set each other back, and it's not even so lame. But hey, I don't find myself part of any community at this point, so maybe that's a good thing. No hate to the guy. Oh, welcome back, Obby. Obby is back. Actually, maybe I should put up the chat. Hey, guys in the vertical chat, or in the shorts live. Is this fine? Do you guys like this? Is it too busy? Let me know. Let me know. Or maybe I should put it down here with all the other chats, so it will be less clutter. Despite how much coffee and... Oh, wait, hold up. I didn't even read that, I'm sorry. No hate to the guy, though. I get what he's trying to do, because if an artist is worse than the artist they are criticizing, then it makes sense to take their critique seriously, especially if they can't apply their own advice to their own work. But despite how much coffee annoys me, the whole time I was just thinking, both of you really aren't that bad. And make it smaller, maybe? Okay. Let me try that. Smaller. Shrink. We'll see how that looks. Anyway, I'll have to comment on that video. Coffee's art isn't terrible. He's average. Yeah. I don't think Coffee's bad at art. Like, he does what he needs to do. And besides, at the end of the day, I know I'm not the target audience. So, and that's also a very important thing, right? Like, people can make things that they like, and as long as it finds the right audience, and if they find the right audience, the only thing that's dictating the creator to grow or get better is either themselves or their audience. And themselves and the audience. I disagree about the tracing 3D models. I notice it and it's distracting. I think it's distracting mostly because people don't even they don't make it work within the whatchamacallit, the composition. I know it's possible to make it look good. Like if because for example, like if I use 3D models a lot for my comics, but at the end of the day, I don't know, like people haven't really spoke out about it or mentioned it because usually I just trace it to make it look like it's in the style of what I'm using. So I think it's really just comes down to composition, right? Anyway, Sammy says, "Who's coffee? Haven't been keeping up with the news." Oh, oh, you spelled it right. Oh wait, no, because Manny said it. Coffee is he's an independent comic, a webcomic reviewer guy. He's a controversial figure because he he's very blunt about his opinions, and a lot of people give him credit because there's a lot of truth to what he says, because talking about like the lack of standards or how entertainment has gone downhill, and he wants to be the change that he wants to be the change that he sees in the world, and that's how a lot of people flock to him. But like I said earlier, because he has very blunt opinions, he draws a lot of criticism that way. And as of right now, he isn't really that active on YouTube because he doesn't see the point of sharing his thoughts, his criticisms to people who don't find value in it. And that's like the best way I can put it. Same thing with vectorizing photos for backgrounds. I know it's a photo. Just use the photo as a reference. Yeah, kind of. I think it's mostly just different folks of how it comes down to technique, right? I believe it comes down to technique. Well, that's what LeMay say. So I'm sure that. Wait, same thing with vectorizing photos for backgrounds. The idea of vectorizing photos for backgrounds. They can make it work if it fits the style, right? At the end of the day, I believe in the rule of cool. If they understand the cohesive style of their own work and follow a certain guidelines or certain rules, I'm pretty sure with the right eye, a lot of things can work. I mean, I mostly speak out of experience because I use a lot of 3D work in my comics. Shadow House Manga uses 3D models and it looks great. Let me check who that is. What's with all these names? I don't know these names. Who are these people? Let me check. All right, IMO. Semi says IMO is a smart technique. It can save a lot of time. Yeah. Like I said, at the end of the day, if you don't understand what makes something look good, or know how to make your model flow with a background, that's going to be jarring. Oh, when I look at I'm looking at the Shadow's house right now. Yeah, I can tell that the backgrounds are 3D. I can tell. I can tell. I don't think it's distracting, but it's too perfect. You know what I mean? That's what I... Oh, no. That's the one thing that okay. I was just looking at it. I was just spending time to like look at a panel. I can tell it's using background art, using CG for the background art or computers. And I think a good. I've read so many. I think for me, just by having that initial look at it, it looks like they use the 3D background and have a filter over it. I think having those imperfections gives it life. I don't know how they use it, how they use 3D models, or how they implement it. I don't know if they just have a screenshot and they hand draw everything over it, or they just take that screenshot and they put a filter over. They put a line art filter over it, and then they color it. Yeah, I read some manhwas that I've read, that I've kind of become used to it. Yeah, a lot of manhwas use that. I don't even read manhwas, but I see that a lot. Mostly because manhwas focus on so many things. The drawing of the characters, the color, especially the coloring and all the effects, and to be on top of everything, including the backgrounds. Yeah, of course they'll be using like 3D a lot because just to all the effort that goes into making a manhwa, which like a fully colored manhwa, which I don't really believe like in fully colored stuff. If you're being, I don't like for me, I don't see the effort, the point into doing all that unless there is a lot of money into it. Like putting that much effort into a passion doesn't make sense to me personally, but a lot of people do. Maybe that's just the culture over there, right? That's just how they do. That's just how they get down. But if you're only doing these things by yourself, then you gotta scale. You gotta work like you're doing things by yourself in a way that won't make you stop. You know. But 3D is a really I feel like overall feel is key. Overall style and feel is key when it comes to like visuals. But but at the same time, I'm not the target audience. And if the target audience is all already used to it, then who am I? I'm just a guy. Me, I'm just a guy with an opinion, with a different background. Because I remember watching a video of a comic reviewer talking about manga and how he said that black and white comics don't appeal to him at all because they were in black and white, or just manga didn't appeal to him because everything was in black and white. And is it a shallow thing? Of course it is. However, people are shallow at the same time, so I can't really fault that. You just gotta go at the end of the day. You gotta go where you're treated best. Sammy says they use a lot of 3D assets, and sometimes different manhwas even use the same 3D castle and other things. That's embarrassing, but it is like it is what it is, right? I mean, it actually reminds me of like early in video game. Actually, never mind. I'm not gonna say it's embarrassing. That reminds me of early video games like 2000s soundtracks, right? Because a lot of early 2000s like video games, arcade games, they would use the same sound fonts, not sound fonts, but the same royalty free music, and then they would remix it. So sometimes you would hear the same samples in different games. I remember there was like a video about that. That's what that reminds me of. Especially in the Nintendo 64 era of gaming, they would use a texture pack, like a royalty-free texture pack, and insert that in their games. And that's where you get a lot of the classic Nintendo 64 feels for the games because of the realistic textures, but crushed into like a 64-bit style or limitation, I should say. And that's how a lot of the games turned out to look, you know? And it's basically using what you got with the tools at your disposal. And that makes me and that kind of makes you rethink what is the purpose of art? Is it to create something holistically new, or is it to get a message across, to get a point across? I don't want to say is it to entertain somebody, because that's a very nihilistic. I feel like that's a very nihilistic idea. Like the purpose of a book or a show is to entertain, right? Because there's more. There's obviously more to that, more to creativity than to entertain people. It shocks me that most people don't realize professionals don't realize professional. Oh yeah, this is what my guy says. It shocks me that people don't realize professionals trace, use 3D models, and turn photographs into line art. Oh yeah, I see a lot of manga do that too. Just taking photos. That was a lot of. I haven't read Osoyami Poon Poon, but I do realize that the mangaka is also a photographer, and they use the mangaka use a lot of photography in the backgrounds of that manga. And Osoyami Poon Poon is regarded as like one of the most impactful or best illustrated manga out there. And I was just using photos for the background sometimes. Yeah, so that's a good point. Using or just turn photographs to line art. People need to realize when it comes to comics, what matters is getting the pages out. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know where along the way people said, no, you got to hand draw everything. No, you got to learn da 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 da. You got to be perfect at anatomy. You got to be perfect with this, that, and the third. When at the end of the day, do you know how to get your story across in an effective manner? That should be where it starts and where it ends. That's where I am. The purpose of art is to share a story. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. But at the same time, what is the difference between art and what is the difference between art and story? Where does the art end and where does the story begin? Because like if people don't understand the definitions, it's like saying the definition of a car is a car, you know. Or saying like the definition of a car is a vehicle, you know. I guess that's a better way to put it. Definition of a car. Or like those unhelpful dictionary definitions that answers that defines things as a synonym. Art is a visual story in visual form. Not completely, because books are art. Literature is art. Is an art form as well. But I get what you mean. I'm not trying to be like, well, actually, but I get what you mean. Because there is a difference between visual art and literary art. And at the same time, I guess when it comes to like these kinds of conversations, we got to give each other like a lot of like some leeway, because the human language, visual art, like visual language, well, not spoken language, can only convey so much, you know. Because I don't know, like just like the idea of like what is art. It will probably be easier to draw to make a poem, or to make a drawing or a film about the essence of art, than to and to show it instead of explaining it, you know. It's kind of like the definition of pornography. I know it when I see it, I guess. Or like when a judge said about pornography. I know it when I see it. Yes, books are art in written form that might have visual elements. Let's say poetry. Poetry is art. And it has no visual element. But anyway, that conversation, I know, saying, I hate peeking, I'm sorry. But anyway, yeah, I don't want to get into, I don't know if that's like very interesting for people to hear, to say art is art is X, Y, and Z, and then I say, well, here are some things that don't fit the definition, but we all know what you mean by that, right? And we're all pretty much on the same page, I'm sure, right? So I don't want to be that guy, because for some reason I feel like we're all on the same page. Because we all create. And we all know this is the role of art. This is the role of literature. This is the role of X, Y, and Z. Like, we need to, yeah. Art can be many things. Can be anything if you think about it. If art can be anything, then it can be nothing at the same. Then it's nothing at the same time. I believe that. If something can be anything, then it is nothing. The difference between pacing and the difference between pacing and how much you can share the story. A painting is a visual snapshot. A comic book and movie share a story in a longer form. Okay. The difference of art. Okay, let me see. Book and a movie share a story in a longer form. Sure. Okay. I know I can be really annoying with that. I'm just choosing not to. I can be really annoying with that, but I know what you mean. I can be, I can be, I can be, oh my gosh. Just like listening to freaking Christian to atheist debates. So like being an unhelpful skeptic, like my unhelpful skeptic side is showing, and I'm like, nah, that's not helping literally anybody. That's not helping. And we're not getting closer to the truth. I'm just saying, perhaps, what it, listen, a person can look at a painting for years, and I can only look at a movie for half the length, depending on how fast I put it, how fast I watch it. Everybody delves in media in different ways. Media, everybody delves in art in their own ways. I know people who stare at paintings for years, and other people who watch movies for 30 minutes. Is one way of enjoying art inherently better than the other? It's stupid. I could say that, but I'm not. So instead I'm making fun of it. I'm making fun of I'm making fun of that idea because we all instinctually know that idea is stupid. But yeah, there are different ways to enjoy different mediums. Like art is I wouldn't like pigeonhole art to just being a visual thing. But yeah, art like art is a form of storytelling. Well, art is storytelling. Yeah, I can get that. Art has something to say. And I feel like what makes and another I guess I would say my unpopular opinion is that art is objective. Art has objective. Art is objective. That's my unpopular opinion. Like I really hate like one thing that I grew to hate is the idea of art being subjective. This is a unpopular opinion hour, right? I hate the idea of art being subjective because if art is subjective, then there is no way. Then we're all just wasting time. The only if art is holistically subjective, then it's not art. It's just entertainment, right? And entertainment is made for you to waste time instead of using that time to become a better person, you know. Lowering art to be nothing more than just entertainment is a disservice to yourself and to your time. But that's me. Can people enjoy junk food? They shouldn't. Like people, yeah, people can eat Cheetos and hot fries all day, but it's not good for your body. It's not good for the soul. And as soon as you stop caring about the body and the soul, you're just a dead man walking. You're alive and waiting to die. Instead of being alive and using that time to thrive. Mic drop. Like that. That's why I said earlier that people who believe that art is subjective is. I don't like the idea of art being subjective is nihilistic. That's why I believe that people who think that is nihilistic of the essence of art in general. Like it's nice to think that, oh man, there's no such thing as bad art. But then I'm like, no, there's gotta be bad art. there just has to be bad art. I'm sorry. If every art is good, then we're all wasting time. It's like saying that there's no such thing as bad people or bad actions. And I'm like, that's a scary thought. If you don't know what's good or what's bad, that's a scary thought. But that's me. That's my weirdo mode. My Mason, you're thinking too much into it mode, but it's what I care about. And and I don't know if anybody else, if there's anybody new in the chats who has an opinion on it, but hey. Or anybody old in the chat that wants to add anything. I'm gonna do the shadows and probably call it a stream, because I've been streaming well over 3 hours now. I wasn't expecting for people to show up. I was hoping it, but I wasn't expecting it. You know what I mean? Just the way that I'm coloring shading everything. It also makes it a little bit faster. A little nice, a little neat. Okay, let's see. There we go. Check that out. I'll probably do a little bit more detail once I have a better feeling for a little bit of everything. But yeah, I think I can end it off here. All right. If anybody who's new to the channel, check out Chimera Island. You can see it on the homepage. Also, I have 3 other comics I'm working on. I try to stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Trying out different times just to see how it is. But yeah, anyway. Watch the next video, I suppose. Help me get monetized. I need it. I need the monetization. Anyway, y'all take care. Peace.